Okay, so we have been working on our writing now for what feels like forever. But now we are finally getting to the part where we're going to wrap it all up. And the way that we do this is just like our reading lesson today. We think about our ending and what we want our readers to know about our writing or to learn something. In our information writing, you kind of learn things the whole way through, but at the end, you just kind of put those things together and wrap it up nice and neat. So imagine you have a beautiful present with the most perfect wrapping paper you've ever seen. Maybe it's little balloons on it, and then somebody wraps a beautiful red bow on top and ties it up. That's just like the most beautiful present. And that is what the conclusion of your writing is like. It's like that beautiful bow on top of a present. So I have our writing here that the teachers have been working on for the last 2 weeks, all about staying at home. And if you remember, this table of contents is really important when it comes to our conclusion. We talked about distance learning, walking the dogs, reading books, great TV shows to watch, and games to play with your family. I'm going to use those ideas from my table of contents and all through my writing here to wrap it up right here on my conclusion. So I'm going to click on my conclusion. I'm going to get to type the ending of your information piece here. I'm going to get rid of that. And now I'm going to write my ending. So I talked about reading books, walking dogs, playing with my family. So I'm going to use those ideas and just wrap it up. Doesn't have to be a lot. As you can see, oh man, seems like every time I type for you guys to see, I mess up a little bit, but that's okay. As you can see, teaching and staying at home definitely has some benefits. I see that misspelled word. I'm going to fix it in a second. I love walking my dog every day, seeing my class on the computer. What else did I say? Oh, playing games, playing fun games with my family. Distance learning and staying at home can be a bit weird and boring sometimes, but I know there is an end to it soon. What do you think about staying at home? Remember when I did the introduction, how I said I really like entering something with a question because it gets the reader thinking about their own lives and they kind of relate to you? Well, that's the way I feel about a conclusion. I always like to end it with a little bit of, let me throw it back at you, almost like we're having a conversation. So now I'm going to reread it because I know I have a bunch of misspells in there and maybe some things don't sound the way I want them to, so I'm just going to reread it again because your conclusion is just a few sentences, so why not just reread it? Let's see. As you can see, teaching and staying at home definitely has some benefits. I love walking my dog every day, seeing my class on the computer screen, playing, see, I'm making a list, so I keep putting a comma in between each one. Playing fun games with my family. Oh, since that's my last part of my list, I'm going to put and. Playing fun games with my family. Distance, I'm going to right click on there and change it. Distance learning and staying at home can be a bit weird and boring sometimes. Right click, change it to sometimes. But I know there is an end to it soon. Oh, so why not enjoy it while it's here? Oh, it's a contraction. It is. It's here. What do you think about staying at home? All right. And that's kind of like if you watch YouTube videos, which I'm sure that you do, they always seem to end it with a question. And then they say at the end, leave a comment down below or subscribe. And that's kind of like what my question is doing at the end there. It's kind of like leave a comment if you like to. So what do you think about staying at home? And that's it. My conclusion is short and sweet, and it ties it all up with a nice big red bow. So your job today is to go into your writing, look at your conclusion slide, maybe take a look again, especially at your table of contents, and wrap up your writing with a big red bow. Can't wait to see it. Let us know if you have any trouble accessing your online writing slides. Bye.